Hello everybody and welcome back again to Let's Play Deus Ex Mankind Divided. So I'm still here at Koller's hideout where I left off last time, and I have just been catching up on my reading because, as you may remember, in the previous episode I broke into Palisade Bank and I retrieved lots of delicious secret information, a bunch of emails that I haven't read last episode because it was just too much. So I read it now, and there's some pretty interesting stuff here. I mean, most of it seems to refer to things that happened in the last game. For example, the mails that I found in the Taeyong medical vault, they talk about the biochip, and one of them is from Taggart, so this confirms that he knew about it all along, which we kinda did know already, but this is, hard confirmation of that. And there was one mail that I found particularly interesting, and it's this one. I found it in the Pike's vault, and this one is talking about a broadcast out of Panchea right after the incident. And this is interesting because so far I was under the impression that Jensen picked the destroy ending in the previous game. I mean, obviously that's not what I picked, but the hint that I've found so far made me believe that in this timeline reality he did pick destroy, because apparently Panchea was destroyed and everyone was blaming the orcs and nobody seemed to know about the conspiracy and stuff like that. So it felt to me like he picked destroy, but this confirms that there was a broadcast, and if you pick the destroy option, you're not sending out a broadcast, right? You just destroy Panchea without any kind of message at all. So I guess he did pick one of the messages after all. Of course, we don't know which message he picked because, and this is explained in the rest of this mail, Pike's TV basically buried that original broadcast in an avalanche of propaganda. So they put their own spin on it and they made sure that people forgot about the original broadcast, and in the end they only believed what Pike's told them. So this explains why your decision of the first game doesn't really matter and why the predictions of Eliza didn't come true, because essentially Pike's just completely overshadowed that original broadcast with their own propaganda. So yeah, kind of disappointing that the decision doesn't matter at all, but I guess it makes sense that they would do this, and we actually have it confirmed now. So this is a very interesting piece of information here. Anyway, I have also been looking around Koller's hideout a bit to see if there's more interesting stuff, and I found something that is kind of peculiar. There's a gas hazard over here, and I see a valve and a vent, so there must be something, I don't know, behind this maybe? I'm sorry, Koller, kinda wanna see if you have anything behind your computers. I'm not seeing anything though. But there's certainly some stuff going on here. I mean, we have these blinders over here. Oh, I think this might be the way to get inside, yeah. And we have some gas, but we should be fast enough to get inside, close a vent and leave again. Okay. Very nice. Let's have a look inside here. Flesh and Chrome, Parker and Linwood. It was a bad week in a bad month. That sounds like the beginning of a very bad novel. I kinda wanna read this, but I'm not going to do it now. It must be an interesting read if Koller is hiding it in the secret compartment. I'll take your biocell. And yeah, I guess I'm going to hack your save, Koller. You don't mind, right? I wonder what would happen if I failed this encryption. I mean, Koller's not going to shoot me, so I guess nothing will happen. I just have to try again.
Access granted.
Okay, let's unlock it. So, what do we got here? A triangle code. That's kind of pointless. But there's more in here. Oh, it's a Praxis kit. That's pretty cool. I'll take the Praxis kit. So again, I have over 9 augmentations. Need to use some of that as soon as I can. Alright, so this was a worthwhile investigation. And I mean, while I'm here, I guess I can check his computer again. Oh, he has one new mail. He's dead from Purdy Party Paddy. Holy shit, Vec, have you heard the latest rumors? Rucker dead. No details yet. Some people are saying the cops did it. I know you weren't a big fan, but if that's true, there's gonna be a reckoning, man. You want to get some eats later? I've got a yearning for chicken food. Know it's your favorite, PPP. Well, that's interesting, but not important, I suppose. Can I
I've done everything I can for you.
Nope, he doesn't talk to me, at least nothing of interest, which means I'm going to leave now, and I will investigate that mysterious point of interest, because apparently there has been a murder near my apartment. Not this murder over here. I mean, he probably committed suicide, right? According to the evidence. But it seems that there has been a murder. And I would like to check it out. And I'm not that far away from my apartment, so I hope I will find it quickly. It's probably not in here. Oh, here we go. Yellow police tape.
Oh, I think I'm coming down with something, maybe pneumonia.
Okay.
She's just lying there. They should at least cover her up.
Okay, so apparently this is where I have to go, but how do I... Oh, I can just walk through the tape.
By now?
Johnny's not going anywhere. What's your hurry?
I was given the same orders you were, sir.
I know all about our orders. Do me a favor, eh? At least pretend to look for evidence.
You don't think he did it?
Oh!
I do think he did it.
Oh.
But I also think we should at least try to prove it. If that's okay with you.
Anything you say, sir.
I think I've read about this in the papers, right? I don't remember her name, but
Away from the crime scene.
I think she was some kind of augmented journalist, and they removed her augmentations. Yeah, I mean, they clearly removed her legs. So, yeah, that's a murder, alright. Let's talk to Detective Karl Montag.
Daria says something, but apparently she doesn't talk to cops.
Okay. Who's Daria?
We can't let them get away with this.
Are you Daria? Yes, you are Daria.
You're 2
Well, maybe
years
she
too
will
late
talk to
already.
me.
Didn't?
Okay,
I
she does.
recognize you. We're neighbors. I've seen you in our building. You're very difficult to miss. By chance, did someone send you to investigate?
No, no one sent me. What happened here?
It's horrible. An augmented woman was killed, just outside of where we live. She looks like she was my age.
Do you have any idea who she was?
No, I've never seen her before. It's so sad that nothing will be done about this. Org victims are not high on the list of police priorities. To them, it's like a dog lying in the street. You're not a cop, are you?
Not really. Well, yeah, I used to be, and I have not been sent to investigate this. I am just naturally curious.
I was a cop once. Old habits die hard.
In America?
Yeah, Detroit. It was a long time ago.
I bet you have a lot of experience. You're used to this sort of thing.
What about you? What's your interest in all this? Morbid curiosity?
God, no. I want nothing more than to go home. Detective Montag, he's making me stay. He thinks I saw something.
Did you see something?
Maybe. I think I would rather not say, to be honest. Because if I had seen something, and if I started talking about it, wouldn't that put me in danger?
Well, I guess it might. You might already be in danger. The killer might see you as a loose end. That's true. I mean, he already killed that one woman, so he probably would have no problem to kill another one if he's worried that she knows something. Well, then again, she already is kind of scared. I'm not sure if I want to frighten her even more. You may not think much of the police here, I may not think much of them either, but that doesn't mean you should hold back information. It's natural to be scared. Yeah, I don't think much of the police here, that's true, so I guess I'll pick this option because I don't like the other two all that much.
It's natural to be scared.
Then you understand. I don't want to get involved if I don't have to.
Sure, I understand. You don't know anyone here. But there's a chance this could happen again. The more you're willing to cooperate with the police, the better the odds of catching whoever's responsible.
I know. It's just that I don't trust the police. I would feel safer with someone like you. You have more reason to be invested in this than they do. You're augmented, like the victim was. And you look like you could actually protect me.
It's not my case.
But maybe you could help. Please, neighbor. Talk to Detective Montag. At least see how it's going. Make sure he doesn't think he's on vacation just because the victim is an og.
Well, I guess I can do that. It's not my case, but like I said, I'm just naturally curious and I just like to stick my nose into everything, so I'll see what I can do.
I'll talk to the officer in charge and see where he is with the investigation. If I can help him, I will.
Thank you. Suppose I end up remembering something later. Is there a way for me to contact you?
You planning to run off on me already?
The first chance I get. There are times for standing in the cold, but this isn't one of them. I just want to go home, bolt the door, and never come out again. Of course, I will wait for Detective Montag to say it's okay first. And I'll still try to answer whatever questions you may have.
I can give you access to my info link. You should feel free to use it if you have to.
Thank you, neighbor.
Talk to you
Okay.
about what happened. How come she talks to him and not to me?
Just keep moving.
Maybe because you're rude. Have you ever thought about that?
Wish we could just shoot.
Okay,
any
so I guess
obvious-
I'm going to talk to the detective now, and I hope that he won't mind me chiming into his investigation.
So, Daria was actually talking to you, huh? I could barely get 2 words out of her. What did she say? Did she see anything?
You mean your witness over there? She's not sure yet.
How can she not be sure? Either she saw something or she didn't.
She's scared. She thinks she might be in danger. I told her she'll be fine and that whoever did this would be caught. I'd like to believe that's true.
Sure, so would I. But as you can see, the victim was like you, augmented. That makes things a little more complicated, eh? Being a cop in this city, it's not always about doing the right thing, or about doing things the right way.
I've noticed. Challenge. There's no reason this should be complicated. Someone gets killed. You need to find the killer. Whether the victim was an orc or not has nothing to do with it. You would think. You're giving the cops here too much credit. From what I've seen, it's never about doing the right thing. Yeah, maybe I shouldn't insult him. I was a cop for 12 years. I know all about getting bad orders. The difference between what you're told to do and what you know is right. Well, I don't know, maybe we can appeal to his honor or whatever by relating to him. I mean, he seems to be like a sort of decent guy, at least he is here investigating, so that's a plus.
I was a cop for 12 years. I know all about getting bad orders. The difference between what you're told to do and what you know is right.
Tell me about it. So, how did you reconcile yourself with those kinds of orders?
I quit.
I'm 2 months away from the beach. I'm not quitting. But I respect your idealism.
Okay.
It was a long time ago. I work for Interpol now.
Interpol, huh? Listen, off the record, I've been told to forego any unnecessary investigation. I want you to know it's not my idea of how things should be done.
Who told you to forego the investigation?
Men who spend more time making policies than arrests. They want the victim's husband, Johnny Gunn, ex-PMC operative. Heavily augmented.
All right. So if you're not comfortable with this, if you know things aren't being handled the way they should, why not do something about it?
I thought I just did. Just because my hands are tied doesn't mean Interpol can't conduct a parallel investigation. Crime scene's right over there, and Johnny lives just a couple of blocks from here.
I never said I was going to work your case for you.
Sure you did. Isn't that more or less the promise you made your little friend over there? She won't talk to a cop because she doesn't trust us. Smart girl. Look, my orders are to arrest the husband. You take a look around. Get to Johnny before my guys do. Who knows? Maybe we'll actually learn something.
I'll let you know what I find.
Okay. I think I can live with that
Careful of the
arrangement.
evidence.
So he's basically going to look the other way while I snoop around a little bit because he got orders not to really investigate. Okay, let's look around. Apparently I can investigate the body. Bruises. The bruises on Angela Gunn's neck are recent. Looks like the killer strangled her and even left a partial fingerprint. Well, that's a good lead. And we have more stuff over here. Marks. There are cutting marks above Angela Gunn's arms. Looks like she had an augment that was forcibly removed. Okay. And a needle. There was a piece of a broken needle sticking out of Angela Gunn's right shoulder. Not sure what that's supposed to mean.
Just because Montag trusts him doesn't mean I do.
Okay, is there anything else? Not seeing anything on the body. Let me have a look at all these items again. Bruises, marks, and a needle. Okay. Oh, I need to find 7
Fuck what
clues.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Oh, we have more over here. ID card. The murder victim's press ID card. Angela Gunn was a reporter. Right, Angela Gunn was her name. I'll take this. These
I
are
think
just
you found
crafting
something.
parts. Yeah, crafting parts. Oh, what is this? EMP fragment. A fragment found near Angela Gunn's body. Looks like it came from an EMP. Used primarily to disable electronics or people who rely on augmentations. Okay, so is this how they attacked her? Through a grenade? But what about the needle?
I wish we could just shoot any hog we see.
Interesting
Didn't think
traces
so.
that I find here. I guess it's somewhere inside the
Away from
cordon
the
of
crime scene.
zone.
Pretty obvious what happened here.
Broken glasses. Looks like a part of a pair of glasses.
Are you a journalist?
No.
I don't know.
But
Did she wear glasses? I don't think she did. Well, she is not wearing any glasses on her ID card. So these could belong to the killer,
Series of these.
I guess.
Let's write that shit to sell copies. Oh, this was political. It's always political.
Onlooker, scandalmonger. Who are you?
Gruesome, isn't it?
They love to tear us apart.
Doesn't it feel like something is
I
about to
can't look
happen?
away.
Apparently so.
You think I don't know what's going on here?
Well, you tell me about it.
It was just a matter of time before they got her.
Before who got her?
She's that journalist. The one writing all those things about you know who.
You'll have to fill me in.
Radko Maximilian Perry? The local anti-AUG politician? That's Angela Gunn lying there. She's the one that's been writing about him. There was a threat of a scandal and everything. Coincidence?
Maybe not. It's important to follow the evidence in situations like this. You can't just accuse people left and right. Well, but I would like to hear your theories anyway.
Sounds like someone should go after this guy, ask him some questions.
That's exactly what I'm saying. Just, if you do that, please don't mention me. I don't want to end up like her.
What else can you tell me about Radko?
The guy's a sleazy piece of shit. That's all there is to it.
And you think he's capable of murder?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Did you actually see anything?
I just got here, so I see what you see. A dead, augmented journalist.
Thanks.
Looks like we got ourselves another suspect, huh? Let's see. These are the new clues that I just picked up. But I still need more of them, right? How many more do I need? One more. There's one more evidence to be found.
Didn't think so.
I'm not entirely sure if it even shows up on my smart vision. I would think it does, but... Oh! Augment. A ripped out augmentation. Whoever did this didn't seem too keen to keep it for themselves. They just wanted to separate it from the body. Huh. I mean, it looked like this could have been done by a harvester, but if they didn't want to keep the augmentation, then maybe it's not a harvester. Okay. That changes things a little bit. Anyway, do you have any more to say?
I have some questions for you.
I will cooperate. You have promised to help, and so I will try to help as well.
Okay, let's ask a few questions. Yeah, what exactly do you know about the murder?
How did the attack happen? What was the killer doing?
He was on top of her, gutting the evil out. That's what he called it. I mean, I think.
So you heard his voice?
Very clearly, yes. He sounded confident, authoritarian, like a general commanding troops.
What did he say exactly?
It is time to make you whole again.
Okay. That sounds like, you know, some anti-orc fanatic. Do you know anything about the killer?
Can you remember anything about what the killer looks like?
To be honest, I saw more of the shadow than the man. I remember he was very big. The shadow, it covered everything.
So you can't describe him?
Not the face, no. His clothes, he was wearing something very dark, black, maybe blue.
Was he augmented?
He moved like an augmented man, but I can't say for sure.
Okay. Well, if he was augmented, then maybe it was not an anti-orc killing. What were you doing here? Well, I guess she lives in the neighborhood?
What were you doing here?
I was looking for Starlight, my cat. There was lightning and suddenly this flash of certainty. That's when I knew something awful was happening.
Where were you exactly?
In the shadows. My head was down. I couldn't move. Oh God, stupid Daria. I shouldn't have gone out today. The energies were all wrong.
Okay. I'm sorry for you. Is there anything else I should know about you? Is there?
Is there anything else I should know about you?
You want to know about Daria? What is there to tell? Small town girl came to the big city to escape her problems, to try and become someone else.
Did it work?
Not really. You can't escape yourself. You can't just come to a big city and expect all your problems to seem smaller. It doesn't work that way.
I understand. Why is it you don't trust the police to take care of this case? Well, have you looked at the police in this town?
Why is it you don't trust the police to take care of this case?
I have bad memories of the police.
What kind of memories?
Get calls I didn't want. Tickets I didn't deserve. The policemen here are worse than children. Former captains of high school sports teams who never recapture their years of glory.
I was captain of the debate team in high school.
Yes, well, debate is different.
I don't even know why I find this funny. But it is kind of funny. The debate team, okay. Yeah, what's about this Montag guy? You ever met him before tonight?
What's your take on Montag? You ever meet him before tonight?
I went to the station once, years ago, to complain about the ticket. Detective Montag is the one they send you to handle the paperwork.
How'd he do?
He did fine. The point is, he's a desk jockey. Look at him, he's lost out here. The cops who know how to catch killers, they're not the ones sent to investigate murdered ox.
Okay, so you think he's not the right person for the job? I see.
I'm gonna do what I can to help the investigation.
Good luck.
Doesn't it
Okay.
feel like something is about to happen?
I think I got a bunch of interesting evidence here. Let's have a look at the missions. Johnny Gunn was married to the victim Angela Gunn. Okay. So I'm supposed to investigate that husband of hers, right? Can I talk to you again?
Enjoying yourself, detective.
Okay, I can. Yeah, can I ask you a few more questions?
Alright, I have some questions about the murder.
Before we go any further with this, I need you to know something about Johnny Gunn. He's not a good man. I may not like how my bosses are targeting him, but that doesn't mean he's innocent. So, you know, just make sure you're here for the right reasons.
Why else would I be here?
I don't want this to turn into some kind of crusade. Bad men do bad things. In a perfect world, we arrest them for the right reasons, but, well, the world's not always perfect.
Well, as long as we don't arrest the wrong guy, I don't really care. You'll only arrest the victim's husband if the evidence tells you to, right? It's not enough that he's an orc and that your bosses want him to go down. Yeah, I hope so.
You'll only arrest the victim's husband if the evidence tells you to, right? It's not enough that he's an AUG, and that your bosses want him to go down.
I'll hold my guys off for as long as I can. But unless you can prove someone else killed Angela, or at the very least that Johnny didn't, I don't have much choice.
Okay.
That's why I'm trusting you to talk to him. Give me your honest opinion on what happened here.
Yeah. Why are you trusting me exactly?
Because you gave me the impression of being qualified. Because I'm big enough to admit that maybe I can use the help, and between you and me, because the thought of confronting a man like Johnny Gunn scares the shit out of me.
Okay, well, I guess I can take care of that. People hold a hell of a grudge against orcs ever since the incident. Yeah, obviously.
People hold a hell of a grudge against AUGs, ever since the incident.
Yes, and?
Well, good thing the cops here are such professionals. Part of being a police officer is treating everyone the same, right? AUG or no AUG.
It's not that simple, and you know it. A police force isn't some abstract ideal of what justice and law should be. It's an instrument of those in power. A reflection of the society it protects.
I haven't been seeing a whole lot of protection out there.
Well, that depends who you ask.
Well, apparently not the orcs. So, how long have you been a cop?
How long have you been a cop?
Too long. And of all the ways to go out,
What do you mean?
I mean being assigned a case like this. It's HQ's little joke before sending me off to retirement. Oh, but don't worry about me, I'm a survivor. I can make it through this.
This case is a joke to you?
I didn't say that. I said it's a joke to HQ. They know I haven't left my desk in years. But that doesn't mean I'm not qualified. Just a little rusty.
Okay, if you say so.
I'm here because I don't like the idea of someone killing people right outside my window. Maybe he's out there right now, targeting that poor witness. Or maybe he's just looking for any chance to do it again.
Fair enough, Mr. Interpol.
Okay, apparently I can ask a lot more questions. So, what are our suspects, except the husband, obviously?
Do you know if the victim had any enemies?
I know she and Johnny didn't get along. Other than that, I really couldn't tell you.
Okay. Yeah, what about this Radko Perry guy that I just heard about?
Apparently the victim was mixed up in some kind of political scandal with a man named Radko Perry.
Hey, not the first time a politician and a journalist didn't get along.
So you don't think he's worth talking to?
Radko Perry? A murderer? I don't think so. Worst he can do to someone is get their car towed.
Good thing I don't have a car. Where can I find this guy?
Radko runs his campaign out of an old print shop not far from here. You want to brighten up his day? Be my guest. But that's all you'll be doing by telling him his rival is dead.
Well, I guess I can at least look him up and ask a few questions. But sure, tell me more about her husband as well.
Tell me about the victim's husband, Johnny.
He used to work for a private military company, Bell Tower.
Oh.
He's been arrested for all sorts of things in the past. Now, don't get me wrong. I believe in evidence. But I also believe in playing the odds. 9 times out of 10, the husband did it.
Okay,
Why
you're
are
right
your
about
superiors
that.
so eager to pin Johnny for murder? It's gotta be more than just not liking the guy.
Standard policy for guys like Johnny. The way they see it, you send a man like him into Golem City and he's liable to go off the grid, end up with Ark or God knows who. He becomes 10 times more trouble than he's worth. But if they can charge him with something big, something like murder, well, suddenly he's no trouble at all.
Okay, I understand. And yeah, what do you think about Daria's testimony?
I spoke to Daria. She's able to confirm that the suspect is male. Other than that, she's all over the place. I think she's pretty shaken up.
Yeah, well, can't blame her. I would be too. You seem to have made a good impression, though. Ever since you got here, she seems different, calmer. You know, I met my first wife over a crime scene. Let me give you a very important piece of advice, Never marry the ones you save.
Okay, thank you for that advice. I will take it to heart. So, yeah, tell me about the modus operandi.
Did the killer leave anything behind? Does anything strike you as odd?
I don't know. It's a murder, you know? Doesn't matter if you look at it sideways or upside down. It's never going to look normal.
Okay. But yeah, I found a bunch of evidence already, so let's talk about that.
I found a broken needle stuck in the victim's shoulder. The killer might have drugged Angela before killing her.
Maybe, but keep in mind she was an AUG. Don't you all have to shoot up that new pulse shit? Let's go for the obvious before jumping to any wild conclusions.
Well, that should be easy enough to find out. I mean, if there's neuropazine on the needle or not. Or, is it not? Okay, so what about the marks?
I'm assuming you know her augments were harvested. The marks on her body make it seem like the killer knew exactly what he was doing, knew exactly what he wanted.
The way you said that just now.
What about it?
The way you described the AUG removal. And before, you mentioned a broken needle in the right shoulder?
That's right.
It reminds me, you know. There was this cop, Smolinski. He used to work in this neighborhood. He had this theory about a copycat. Someone acting just like a dead killer named, Svobotka.
You think there's a connection to another case?
I don't know yet. But I remember him mentioning something about needles and og removal. Smolinski died in the police station bombing. Whatever files he had would have been moved into temp storage across the street from the bombed-out station. Who knows? Maybe it's nothing.
I don't know. It seems like an interesting lead. So what about the fingerprints? Can't we just check them in your database or whatever?
I found a print on Angela's neck, next to the contusion marks. It's a partial, so I don't think we can match it to anything. But at least we know the killer left something, and that she was strangled.
Huh, a fingerprint. I must have missed that one. This is exactly the kind of evidence I'm talking about. No way Johnny could squirm his way out of something like that. If only we could link it to him.
Well, that should be easy enough to find out, right? And we can ask about the crime scene.
Anything I should know about the scene? Anything jump out at you?
The dismembered body jumps out at me. Keep in mind, I've been behind a desk for the last 12 years. It all jumps out at me.
Okay. Yeah, we have more evidence. For example, the EMP fragment.
I found what looks like a grenade fragment. EMP by the looks of it. Killer might have used this to incapacitate her.
Interesting. Johnny wouldn't need an EMP to take down his wife. Riot police use EMPs to re-establish public order around here. With all the AUG riots, anti-AUG riots, it wouldn't surprise me if that's all it was. Still, interesting.
So you think the EMP fragment might just be from another incident? I don't know about that. So, what about the broken glasses?
I found this piece of glass near the body. Pair of broken glasses, maybe?
I don't know what to tell you. We're in the back alley of a major city. There's bound to be broken glass.
Okay, but wasn't there like blood on it? Maybe I just misremember, but again, if there's blood on it, it should be easy enough to find out. So yeah, what about the press ID?
I found this press ID on the victim.
Right, she was a journalist. Hence the scandal with Radko Peri. I still don't consider that proof of anything.
It's not proof, but it's motive. So I definitely want to talk to that guy. Okay, well, that seems to be all I can ask for the moment. But, I can take this option.
I want to help you with this case. To do that, I need a rundown of what you know already.
Help me, huh? You mean, like being my subordinate?
I mean like making sure we catch whoever's responsible.
Right. Well, I have a dead body, Angela Gunn. I have bureaucratic pressure to arrest the augmented husband, Johnny Gunn. I have a crime scene, and I have you.
Okay, well, that's a nice summary, thank you.
I have what I need for now. I should go.
That's fine by me.
Okay, well, this was a long conversation, and I didn't really get to ask about this evidence, though. I feel that this is important because it kinda invalidates my harvester theory. So, I can't ask you about that piece of evidence.
Enjoying yourself,
Let's see.
Alright. No.
No, apparently I can't ask about that particular piece of evidence. Nope. There's no option
I
to
have what I
bring
need
this
for
up.
now. I should go.
You do whatever you have to.
Right. And I want to have another look at the glasses, because I think, Yeah, there's totally blood on the glasses, so I don't think this is a coincidence. And since they don't belong to the victim, I guess they would
Interpol.
belong
Who do they
to
think they
the killer. Okay, is there anyone else I can talk to?
If it wasn't for Johnny, I might have begged you for this.
Well, thank you.
I'm not Montag. I don't need your help.
Well, you're still rude. And you shouldn't take photos of this lady.
Gruesome, isn't it?
Yeah. Stop being such a terrible human being.
This is some sick shit right there.
Indeed. We have some sewer entrance over here. I'm pretty sure I've been down here already. And yeah, this is basically right next to our apartment. Anyway, what exactly would be my next move here? Travel to Daphne district. So my main objective is to talk to the husband because he's my prime suspect. But I have the option to talk to this Perry guy, the politician, and I have the option to... What is this? The evidence I found at the crime scene reminds Montag of another murder. Some old case that had belonged to a dead cop named Smolinski. Montag told me to look for Smolinski's files over in the police storage. Okay, so I can look at these old case files. Yes, I definitely want to do the optional things, because, I mean, that usually pays off in some form. And then I will go and talk to the husband. And hopefully one of these leads will lead me to the killer. But I think I'm going to do that in the next episode. So yeah, let's make a cut here as usual. Thank you for watching and see you again next time.
I've got nothing else to say.